I'm James, and this is my wife, Tanya. A year ago, we sold our home and moved onto our 1992 38-foot island packet. Up until a few years ago, we had never sailed a day in our life, but now we're about to go on the biggest adventure of our lifetime. After 40 years of land life, we left it all behind to chase our dreams of discovery and see the world from a whole new perspective. There will undoubtedly be challenges along the way, but together, we can accomplish anything. We invite you to follow along as we explore new places, meet new people, and constantly test our courage here on Stella J. On April 17th, the 1932 70-foot Norwester was on her maiden voyage after a multi-year refit, restoring her to exceptional beauty. This yacht is more formally known as the actor John Wayne's first boat. In 2016, she became a local icon as the public was welcome to come aboard and get a closer look into this iconic yacht. Aboard, you will find small artifacts of John's personal effects and walk the same decks as the actor himself did so many years ago. The museum only lasted about a year, and then she underwent a huge restoration as she prepared for charter. All proceeds of the charter had meant to be donated to cancer research. However, this would never come to be. On this fateful day of April 17th, she entered Prevost Harbor on Stuart Island, hugging perilously to the coastline. The tide was slack ebb, and she ran aground on a reef, tearing a 1-foot gash into her hull. The bilge pumps could not keep up, and eventually settled on the reef, resting with forward and stern anchors holding her in place. Without the funds to perform an immediate removal, she endured day and night poundings of the unforgiving tides. This is how we found her on April 19th, 2 days after the accident. It wasn't until April 27th that the owners were able to make an attempt at removal. However, further hull inspection showed extensive damage to the keel, rendering the boat a complete loss. This is an extreme tragedy for such a beautiful piece of history, and we are very saddened for those who have lost their beloved yacht. Thankfully, out of 8 people and 1 dog aboard, there were no injuries and everybody made it off safely.
Straddling the American-Canadian water border is this half-sunken boat.
It's very similar to a person in an airport without a passport.
The 89-year-old Norwester has been slowly sinking since it hit a rock on April 17th.
She's taking on water faster than the pumps can keep her.
Just off Stuart Island, 14 kilometers from Sydney, the tide is taking this boat where it will, from Canadian waters this morning to American by the afternoon.
From my point of view, it seems like the owners are dragging their feet and going to let it sink on its own, but that's only my hypothesis.
Check News reached out to the owners but haven't heard back. However, a GoFundMe page has been started, hoping to raise $1.5 million to get the boat out of the water and restored back to its glory. And there is some glory to be remembered. Built in 1932, the Norwester served in the U.S. Navy during World War II. It also had a famous owner, actor John Wayne. Both the U.S. and Canadian Coast Guard say they're aware of the situation. The Canadian Coast Guard saying in a statement, it is considered to be a hazard to navigation, but not a risk to pollute. If the vessel drifts into Canadian waters, the Canadian Coast Guard may look to retrieve it and secure it to mitigate the hazard. Meanwhile, the U.S. Coast Guard told Czech News they're working with the owner to retrieve the vessel, leaving cold water divers on standby.
Basically, this boat currently is a hazard to navigation, and it's taken a long time for the Americans to come deal with this.
As this boat bobs in no man's land, in the hands of whoever's ocean she's in when she's in it.
So next stop is Westcott Bay. It's another protected bay that's quite peaceful and quaint. And there's an English camp there that is really cool. So a little piece of history. And so that's the next stop. Tandy is hoisting the anchor as we speak, and we're going to get the show on the road.
Quit again.
So we are headed to Roche Harbor. We are down to probably about a quarter tank of fuel for the dinghy here. We're anchored up pretty safe, just right over here. And I think it's going to be about a 1 mile dinghy ride, we were told.
Yeah.
But hopefully we can
Make it.
yeah, hopefully we can make it first off. And we definitely can't make it back if we don't find some fuel at Roche Harbor. We're also hoping to grab some dinner there and possibly a shower. So. Looks like we made it to Roche without running out of fuel. I'm extremely happy about that.
And it wasn't that long.
No, actually, yeah, we were cruising. So now we just got to figure out where to dock up at. And yeah, there's some. All right, well, we're leaving Roche Harbor. We fueled up. We found some showers, so that was really nice. And checked out the town. So still got a few hours of daylight. We're gonna head back to the boat and start happy hour. But yeah, Roche Harbor, cool little place.